Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class, Solus Prime, and here she is. Solus here is the first Deluxe I managed to find. It seems they dropped the day after Easter where I lived. Not sure why. I just went into Walmart yesterday. I was just like, let me see, because I was hearing that they might have. I seen that toy guy got Wave 2, and I was like, I don't even have Wave 1. What's going on here? Going in, there they are. The whole wave, if I'm being honest, she was the only one I really want. I don't really care for Wasp, and if I'm being honest, I don't really want Superion, because I don't know. I just really don't care for him. Like, I have one, which I think is a little better, because I hate the whole, combination thing where it's like, oh, you just have a giant robot skeleton. I kind of hate that. I'd rather it just be, like, built in. You know what I mean? It's kind of a cop-out, really, in my opinion. It's fine for Menasor, because that's how Menasor worked. But for them guys, no, I don't really care for it, Like, I wish they had did it a different way. Like, Devastator's doing it right, but everybody else not so much, and that's just a shame, really. But as far as it goes for Solus here, she looks great. I mean, the colors are awesome with the purple and gold. It just looks really, really good. She has green eyes. On the box, she has pink, though, which is really odd. I kind of like the green, though. They kind of flash a little more with the purple and gold, I kind of like the look of them. And as far as the detailing goes, her arms are pretty basic, other than the shoulder pads being kind of large, and then you have just nothing going on in the forearm. There could have been a bit of gold, maybe, I feel like, down here in the forearm. And then we have the chest piece, which is just basic as well, and then she kind of has a little apron down there. She is a blacksmith by technicality, so would make sense. And then her legs are actually not basic, actually have a lot of color difference, and it looks pretty good, honestly. The breakup, the knees are painted, there's silver in different places, pointy toes, you name it, she got it. She just looks pretty alright, but the only thing is she's a deluxe. I feel like she'd be better off as a Voyager, I really do. Doesn't seem like it's very often we get a Voyager of a female Transformer, but that's just a weird thing, I guess. Sometimes you do, but for the most part, not so much. And, her design outright looks just good. The back is a little iffy, I guess, maybe. You have this little part here which sticks out, but it sticks out due to waist swivel. You can collapse it. You can put it up so it's flat. It's just not recommended, because then the waist doesn't swivel as easily. The wheels are also back here on the back of the feet and then on the back of the shoulders. It's just some basic stuff. Her one accessory is her hammer, which is 3 parts. And to get it in and out of her hand, it has a bit of an annoying thing where you have to remove the top. Which, yeah, that's just kind of an annoyance. I just wish it was a typical, slide it in the hand. But they didn't do that. You got this part down here, which is there. And then there is a peg in the hammer that you can fold out for storage on her back or wherever you want to put it. She does have a hole right here, so if you want, you can just put it on her back like it's chilling, She has it stowed or whatever. It's something you can do with it. There is that, I guess. And it is just a nice thing. I like the little yellow going through it, the gold. It looks pretty alright. Nothing too special. And as far as it goes, let's get to the articulation, which isn't that bad. We have a ball joint in the head, which can look up. It looks up a good bit. Also have a hinge there as well, so even farther. Head tilts, everything like that. Forward and back, outward, swivel, elbow joint. Wrist is on a ball joint, so that has a good bit of motion. A waist swivel, forward, back, outward, knee joint. A foot rotation, and then a tilt inward. So, pretty alright, if I'm being honest. Nothing too crazy. But there's a couple little complaints I have, which is mostly this apron. I find it sits out way too far. I don't know why. It seems like it's just not in the right spot. It might be the hinges, honestly. I don't know what causes it to look funny. I think it might be the hinge. It doesn't look horrible, but it kind of does look a little bit funny to me, because she's not that, big. It seems like it's a little too big for her, for some reason. It just Like, it doesn't go with the profile. It seems like it's meant for a bit of a larger transformer than this, but it's just weird. But that is essentially her robot mode, so let's just get to the transformation here. Transform Solus. This is going to be fun. And she's kind of not a great at transforming. There's a couple small issues. She's really fragile. And I'm not joking here. It's mostly in the arms that make her fragile. So let's just get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is come to the legs. And we're going to come around back. We're going to fold open the wheels like so. And one of the things that's fragile is her ankles, because they love to pop. Seems like they're stressed, so I don't have a lot of hope for those in the future. But they constantly pop, the little mushroom peg down here. I don't know why, but they just constantly do. The next thing we're going to do is rotate this. So flip the wheel back in, rotate the wheel outward like that, and then you can bend it like that. There goes that. Again, it's just the thing I hate is how fragile that is. It pops out nearly every time. And then you got to take it and basically just line it up. There is a kind of groove there, and there is a slot. But most of the time I end up just trying to line it up with the little circular groove, if I'm being honest, because otherwise it just doesn't like to go. There we go. First try on the other side, that's good. And then you just peg the legs together like that. Come up here to the little apron here. Rotate it around like that. And then rotate the waist around. And then you can come in here and unpeg the back panel. Actually, don't do that. I'm doing it out of order because I've done a lot of things out of order. Uh-oh. Let's move that forward. There we go. So flip out this grill, like so, before you do the lag stuff, and then flip in the head, and the grill flips forward, rotate it around, and there we go. Now it's correct. And now we get to my absolute least favorite part of this whole process. The arms. They just don't like to work sometimes. So just fold them down to begin with here. So you got to take this hinge, fold it out, and then from there, what you want to do is take this panel here and open it. But the problem with that panel is it's really thin and it's on a goddamn friction hinge. And that's not good. These are going to be real losable pieces in the future, especially if you have it in the alt form, because they love to pop off. The next part is also quite fragile, which is the shoulder in general. So it's kind of on this double hinge system, but it's only held on by one of those little, like, split pegs. Also held on by a split peg is this little panel here, which is the front of the shoulder pad. And they're equally as fragile. So there you go. Do that, and then you fold the shoulder pad up over that gray section. So that's why you got to move the little panel out of the way. Now, one side is usually a harder time than the other, and it's usually this one here. But it looks to have went on pretty easy that time. And then we got to just take the arm, and it pegs on to the side here. So just take it, peg it onto the side, and here we have Solus in her alt form, which it's a little truck thingy, I guess. It's not the greatest, if I'm being honest. It's actually really tiny. Like, it's really small. You can take her hammer, of course, and peg it onto the back here, if you'd like. There is a slot here on both sides and a tab on the hammer. And it kind of gives it a gun of sorts. It's all right, honestly. I don't mind the truck. It's just a weird Cybertronian truck thingy. It got wheels. I mean, it kind of looks like a car. It works. But I don't think she ever really had an alt form, so it's kind of okay, I guess. I just basically cobbled it together. And I mean, it's just an alright thing, you know? It's not anything special. It's just a car. It does roll well, though. So, but yeah. I mean, it's an okay car. The paint's meh. Some gold here and there. But I'm just realizing the plastic colors are really odd, because this is like a darker purple than this. And this is the same thing. It's like, it's not painted. It's like not the same color at all. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's Solus's all forms. Not really much for me to say. It's a little Cybertronian dinky, really. But yeah, that is her. So let's just get to the final thoughts on her. As far as she goes, she's all right. Honestly, she kind of disappointed me. Prima's a lot better, if I'm being honest. She just has a bit of that fragile nature to her, and it's mostly with the transformation steps, if I'm being honest with you. Just those arm panels and the shoulder panels, and especially the feet where they love to pop off. It's just kind of an experience, honestly. I was hoping she would be a lot better. Again, that was a hoping she would be a lot better. But she don't seem to be doing that. And I mean, the colors are nice, the robot's nice, but just the alt form being pretty well nothing as well isn't helping her case. It's just kind of a Cybertronian car, which, of course, it's just a Cybertronian car, but it's just not a great Cybertronian car, you know? Doesn't do anything kind of unique or cool to get there. It kind of just does exactly what I would have anticipated it would do. Which is a bit of a shame. I was kind of hoping for some, you know, cool steps maybe. The arms, which should be the cool step, honestly are too tedious, in my opinion. They're just tedious steps to do. I think they should be a little bit better. But it is just, it's a good figure. It's fine. It's not great. It's slightly above average. It's about a 3, honestly. She's not great. She's not crazy, but I don't know if you'd really regret it. Though, I feel like out of the Primes released so far, she's probably the worst one. Like, and I don't even think that's close. Again, I don't own, like, Alpha Trion, but out of every other Prime that I guarantee you, because there's going to be probably 2 re-releases with Alpha Trion and Vector Prime, she's probably going to end up being the worst. I have a good feeling that that's what's going to happen, because she's just kind of there. She's not great, honestly. But she's alright if you're getting the Primes. I think you might be a little disappointed by her, but I don't think she's, you know, horrible. She's just kind of mid. But that is basically it for this review. This has been my review of Transformers Age of the Prime Solus Prime. This has been Delete signing out.